They showed up with sirens, a megaphone, and 5 police cruisers, all because of ducks, sawdust, and a power-hungry HOA president who thought she could steal a legacy that's been in my family for 3 generations. But if Margaret Hensley thought we'd back down, she was about to learn the hard way. When you come for a Caldwell's land, you better be ready for war. The sun hadn't yet crested the horizon when the blare of sirens shattered the stillness of my 15-acre Texas ranch. Red and blue lights cut through the dawn haze as 5 police cruisers tore up my gravel driveway. Heart pounding, I leapt from bed, threw on jeans and a t-shirt, and nearly collided with my 9-year-old daughter, Lily. She clutched her stuffed duck wide-eyed. "Dad, what's happening?" she whispered. I looked out the window and saw it. Margaret Hensley, HOA president of Crestview Meadows, standing beside a pristine black SUV, megaphone in hand like a general about to lay siege. "Ethan Caldwell, this is an emergency inspection. Come out now." I told Lily to stay inside. This wasn't some overzealous neighborhood committee. This was a full-blown assault on our way of life. My ranch had never been in their jurisdiction. It was built by my grandfather Henry in 1952, long before Crestview's cookie-cutter homes sprouted across the county road. But Margaret, with her manicured claws and tyrant complex, had decided everything within a 2-mile radius was hers to control. She was about to learn why no Caldwell ever bowed to a bully. This land isn't just dirt and fences, it's family. The workshop I used to craft custom furniture stands where Henry's barn once did. The pond Lily skipped stones in was dug during a drought in '77. Every inch breathes our legacy. Crestview's sterile HOA, with its matching mailboxes and petty bylaws about grass height and fence colors, had no place here. I ignored their dirty looks and complaints about my ducks, figuring they'd eventually get bored. Then Margaret showed up, clipboard in hand, heels sinking into duck droppings. She snarled through clenched teeth. "Your workshop, your animals, your entire aesthetic, it devalues our homes." I leaned on the gate, calm but firm. "This ranch isn't in your HOA." Her smile was poison. "Our legal team specializes in expanding jurisdiction." A week later, it began. Fines arrived. $500 for being out of compliance. $250 for grass allegedly half an inch too tall. $100 for excessive duck noise. My workshop was labeled an allergen hazard. In days, we were hit with $8,000 in violations for rules that didn't apply. I tried to shield Lily from the stress, but one morning, she screamed. Our family fence, built by my grandfather, was defaced with red spray paint. HOA violation. Get out. This wasn't about ducks. It was personal. When I stormed into the HOA's office, Greg Larson, Margaret's jittery second-in-command, met me with a whispered warning. "Keep every document. Trust me." Moments later, Margaret burst from her office, barking orders at Greg, who fumbled with papers. I caught a glimpse of a property map, my ranch outlined in red. Then came the stories. Clara Thompson, a kindly widow, clutched a violation notice and wept. 20 years I've lived here. Now they find me because my tulips are too bright? Margaret had already driven out 3 families, forcing them to sell cheap. Greg's side hustle? Real estate. They'd buy the properties for pennies and flip them. My neighbor Walt, a retired lawyer, confirmed it. Margaret sued him once over leaves from his oak tree. When Lily asked if we were going to move, like her mom did, I promised we were staying. No HOA bully would drive us off. But Margaret escalated. More sirens, more police. This time accusing me of running an illegal workshop and harboring unlicensed ducks. Officer Sanchez looked apologetic. "This is her 18th call in 2 years, she muttered. Margaret strutted with that venomous smile. "Search the place. He could be hiding weapons." When the officers found nothing, Sanchez had had enough. "Next time I'm filing charges for misuse of emergency services." Margaret's parting words chilled me. That ranch should have been mine. That night I received a text from an unknown number. Attached video of Margaret telling police, "Find something, anything. That land belongs to me." The message read, "She's hiding something about your family. Meet me at Daisy's Diner, 5 a.m. A friend. Greg slid into the booth, face pale. "She's snapped," he said, sliding me a USB drive. "Fake maps, forged papers, emails. There's a locked file. Caldwell Solution, 1997. That's her plan, her masterpiece. Then he warned, she's planning something big. Tomorrow night. Back home, I opened the files. They were damning. Falsified meeting minutes, emails with shady lawyers, jurisdiction maps altered to include my land. I needed that locked file. Walt had the missing piece. He told me Margaret's father, Leonard, tried to buy our ranch in 1997 when Henry's health declined. He lost the bid, then tried to forge a survey. Henry fought it in court and won. The Hensleys lost everything. Leonard died bitter and Margaret, just a teenager, swore revenge. I tried the password, Justice for Hensley. It worked. Inside were photos of our ranch's security weak points, a timeline to escalate fines, trigger law enforcement. Then, final solution, June 3rd. That night, Officer Sanchez called again. Your cameras caught Margaret driving by with gas cans in her trunk. Don't confront her. She's dangerous. I rushed Lily to Walt's house, then dialed the FBI. At 3 a.m., flames lit the sky. Margaret had tried to burn my workshop to the ground. But thanks to Sanchez and my cameras, the fire was contained, and Margaret was caught red-handed. The next morning's courtroom hearing felt like a movie. Margaret stood in an orange jumpsuit as footage played, her pouring gasoline, ranting, "I'll burn it down before the Caldwells keep it." Greg testified. Clara cried. Walt offered legal insight. Even Margaret's son, Nathan, took the stand. She used my identity. She destroyed families. The verdict. Guilty. Arson. Fraud. Conspiracy. 15 years. $1.3 million in restitution. FBI raids revealed blackmail, offshore accounts, and bribes across 5 HOAs. Crestview dissolved. Clara formed a new council. Greg launched an ethical HOA consultancy. A month later, Margaret's 93-year-old father, Leonard, called from a nursing home. I lost that land fair and square, he admitted, but I taught Margaret the world owed her. He sent $60,000 to help rebuild and a painting of the ranch as it was in 1952, before bitterness. We hosted a barbecue with 300 neighbors. Walt grilled, Sanchez laughed, Lily showed the kids her ducks. Above my workshop, her hand-painted sign reads, Caldwell Ranch Woodworking. Not in any HOA since 1952. At the gate, another, Caldwell Ranch. Never in any HOA. Lily, ice cream on her face, asked, Can we do this every year? I hugged her. Forever, sweetheart. Margaret thought she could break us, but she learned the hard way. You don't mess with a Caldwell's home. Sometimes the sweetest revenge is letting your tulips bloom as wildly as they want.